I am Melton, son of a carpenter, Mary. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter, Mary. I get to tell parables, and I also get to design the saint imagery, as you can see in front of you. Now, a couple of days ago, Saint Kayla, that's not her real name, Saint Kayla took exception to some of the info on my image for her. She claims that she was 40 when she became a saint. Went up, got the wings. And in my image, I said she was 70. I had to tell her that I don't make this information up. I get it from Catholic websites, from online encyclopedias, and other Google entries. And that's what they all said. They said the 70. And that's when Sandra, the guardian angel, tried to help out. That she told St. Kayla that it doesn't really matter whether you were 40 or 70 back then. You're 570 now. That did not help. I tell you, if you have never seen, never heard a saint a cursing, you'd be wise to cover your ears. Show you a few of my cards here, and then I'm going to show you some of the big saint imagery, what you just saw there, on its way to getting cut up and then laminated. You saw the tree there, didn't you? And I'm going to tell you right now, oh man, the devil's people. It's an interactive kind of thing on the streets, what I call the streets, what I call the unseen business. You can call it whatever you want. But they don't know. A lot of times those who've been humored very long, they don't know enough to run when the time comes for, what is that song lyric, may have occurred somewhere else. You can run on for a long time, but sooner or later, Dad's got to cut you down. And they are going the extra mile of butchering artwork, butchering videos with high-tech toys at the Muslim streets. What's on hand? What's always on hand? With Hussein's Little Arabia, a room for rent place, the only place I could live in for 3 years. 3 years plus, because you not being able to reach my phone. How does that affect you? Well, you don't know when else your phone won't be allowed to work. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. 424-229-4140. Whatever boring thing you get, the phone ringing, there misses the busy signal. It's not going to be boring if you need, you or your family needs firemen, police, paramedics. So we the people must be the reporters right now, so that we don't have a recurrence of them placing a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Hussein. And yes, that it was around the time when that happened that I had to live in Hussein's Little Arabia and had a Muslim cleric, is that what they're called? I would like to dress up in its fancy little outfit. And he was jetting off to Saudi Arabia. just before they placed Hussein in that highest office. Oh, I don't approve of the buffoon Trump, the Russian guy either, but he's comic relief compared to the Hussein placing. And yeah, I bring that up to show you it's that Muslim hatred of Christianity. I don't like my saints image. Because last night I made the video a nice minute 4 seconds, and that was very funny at the end. And I went to go watch the video, and I went to process the video on Instagram, and it got a little slide rolling measuring tape that moves in one way or another. If you got something funny during the first 5 seconds, you want over this way. Got something funny at the very end, you want 5 seconds over this way. And it would not move at all. High-tech toys on hand. A Muslim high-tech toys. And they came out sounding very stupid. Didn't even get the punchline in at the end. And so this morning I made a video, and it wasn't necessarily a funny parable bite, but I went to process again. It will not process. It will not let you crop your video. It says crop your video and then doesn't let you crop your video. So I uninstalled, I reinstalled. It's still the same thing. It is the devil's people. And the good news is it's our fun fiction, you know. When I say they don't know enough to run. And they got plenty of replacements. Now me, yours truly, I'm one and only, calmly and pacing, waiting in this immaculate apartment for you to tear down the great wall of evil around me that has just me and all my imagery. 24,000 plus growing each month. Tear down that great wall of evil that also places Hussein and Trump in our White House. You want good leaders, you got to point out. What's going on that's preventing the good leaders from being there. And yet, truth is also a good way to start. This question is Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? And you can add, since Windows has broken another computer over there. Broken too is part of their active participation in America's high-tech lifeline, so this earns Bill Gates and Microsoft that second Jesus' question. Is Bill Gates a traitor to his country? Is he attempting to overthrow our government with his censorship of the phones, or participation in the censorship of the phones? You take your pick. Bill's had those 93 check videos I've been making for a decade now, and not getting one on his OneDrives. And he started, and now Google's following up on that, being Indian givers about their space. But it's not about that. It's about those 93 chicks. It's about imagery. So yeah, if you're like me, I had a Microsoft website for a few years. Yes, one of those free websites came with the OneDrives. Never did one bit of business through it, and I'm going to tell you how your business is affected and how you can document that. And that's his business censorship. What is Bill Gates trying to do? when you can't see 93 check videos, 93 check imagery on his website. He is literally blocking you from doing that. You put those fives, you put a nice 93 check video on one of those you're paying for from Bill Gates, and you get 100, you get 20, however many you can get, different people, to go to visit this site. Your title, whatever you call your Microsoft business website. And when you got 20 people making a video, and like with many of mine, it doesn't really help. I'm not sure if it's for my benefit or for someone else's benefit. All those counts saying 1 or 0 or just a few in some cases. Because you roll down any street corner and you hear lots of folks talking about your stuff, your recent stuff, and stuff you've done years ago. But yeah, post and repost those vibes, and yet Bill Gates is active participation. I'm not sure what he wants to do, but it's the definition of treason, attempting to overthrow the government, and that's interfering with due process as well. So when I better get my sugar check in. When you can't reach me by phone, you got that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring if you need firemen, police, paramedics, and it's your Gates livelihood. When you're calling up countless other customers, and you get, it could be your Spectrum, livelihood, whatever's the big name in your business. When you call up and get that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal, you leave a message, I don't get it, and you don't show up on my caller ID, my call log, my call record. When you get that, you're calling up those countless other customers, that's your Gates livelihood. Money out of your pocket. Money out of your pocket. And when you are a politician, or not even if you're a politician, the politician that wants to do good, wants to be a good leader, his supporters are calling up countless customers of democracy across America and cannot reach them in the same fashion. Censorship's often boring. When that happens, it's democracy out of our pocket, and that affects all facets of America. Monetary, leadership, civil rights, all kinds of stuff get affected by that hijacking of America's lifelines, attempting to overthrow our government. We can't have that. Roll up our sleeves, undo whatever was done during those 8 years with Hussein. In our White House, staining our democracy with his lies. And let's get started building a better world. But yeah, it speaks to what's on hand. Back to that original point. Not liking saints. They didn't do that the night before. I forget what I did the night before. It was funny though, I know that. Let me do my sugar check. And show you those eyes. Yes, medical research being passed by. With the censorship of the phones. Yeah, doctors I have can't talk about what's going on with the eyes. What anybody with eyes can see. So when you're going to ask one of the doctors who've actually seen me, and LAC, USC, Cake Medical, Convalescent Hospital from Hell, The Adventist cult folks down the street. They got a hospital just on the other side of those highways. And they start giving you Dr. Double Talk. You ask them this: what do you know about me not reaching Melton? And you try to call me right in front of them. You can reach Melton. How you do that? When else will my child's lifeline be affected by what you're doing? What you're a part of? Good folks aren't going to have a problem with you showing them someone else's lifeline not working, demonstrating censorship. Bad ones going to get angry. They're going to have a story to tell. Make sure the video camera is rolling. 176, 8. I thought I had something. Probably covered it up. Here we go. Let me show you those eyes, and yeah, if you see a Instagram parable and the last part's cut off, that's why. They had literally took Instagram out. They had it malfunctioning. So that tells me Instagram, as far as no way you can tell, but because it's geared for Instagram in a minute style, they don't like it. So what you see with Instagram, if you see my stuff on the Instagram and you just can't comment, can't call, can't comment, can't do whatever. I get a few likes and stuff every once in a while, but that's as far as it goes, as well as the Flickr and Instagram kind of stuff. But if that's if you get a video and the ends chopped off, I crop very well. I move the slide rule over, and then you get the funny part at the end. And you've heard that part about I'm Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary, 1,000 times. I can shave a few seconds from there. Here's the old eyes, brown, mostly brown. You can see a little bit of blue at a certain point there. From 9 years ago, and before that they were even browner. And here's from about 5 years ago. You can see the smaller, browner circles slowly disappearing. Bigger, bluer circles growing in through and around. Now I'm going to go show you the eyes as they are right now. They can be, they can look different. That browner part in the center can be almost all whited over, or it can be more brown. And you don't see the outer circle of the smaller eyes, which are the browner eyes, as the bluer eyes grow in through and around them. You don't see that outer kind of circle, you see the inner brown part now. A little hazy, a little raised, kind of. Come see me, guys. Do you know what's going on with the eyes? You're a doctor who can actually talk about that? I've heard of many times. With each of my doctors I've had. And no. They can't say anything, they can't do anything about it. They don't know what it's about. I've given up on that. I simply want adequate sleep medicine, which is my pain medicine. Or give me some good pain medicine. I won't mind being up. Yeah. But I think they're part of the devil to some extent, but sometimes more than others. You know what's going on with the eyes? Come tell me. And yeah, you'll find these saints in with those 24,000 plus past few months. If you go to Flickr and look at the graphic art photos, it'd be within the past few months. And yeah, print them out. Whatever you do, if you're praying to them, especially the ladies, don't bring up how old they are. They don't like that. Have wit will travel. Show me that perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Tear down a great wall of evil that has just me and all of that imagery. And has me telling you about someone being obvious as anything, altering Instagrams. Yeah, I'm thinking Muslims on side. Altering Instagram's software. Who knows? I'm not a computer geek. Will is. Bill is as well. Where was I going with that? Altering their Instagram stuff. Oh yeah. Tear down Great Wall of Evil. Come pick me up in a nice, immaculate limo with a lift. Take me to one of 20 places, your choice, where I can design beautiful imagery with some attractive blonde and hair blonde girls who want to change the world for the better. We have trouble with the internet or Muslims on hand, altering Instagram there with high-tech toys. We simply move on to those other 19 and the military pit bull project gets to work cleaning up in that one spot. They can't, we just don't go back there. You'll see don't pay attention to any impersonators, no matter how well hooked up they might be with the streets. When you see something other than Eagle Rock's a skyline, someone other than me coming from the phone 424-229-4140. Yeah, we started changing, and yeah, I won't be uploading from here. It'll be from wherever we're off at, testing the waters, breaking the ice, getting in on the ground floor, building Jesus' immaculate house, tear down the Great Wall of Evil. Let's get started on those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present to greatness with today. They're just going hog wild with stuff like that, designed to irritate as much as to keep you from hearing a funny video in the proper way. Come see me, and yes, if Instagram stops not working, or other websites we might be posting our work to stops working because of high-tech toys or this, that, or the other, the Chinese Great Wall of Evil stopping that, we move on to the next. It takes them time to adapt. I don't know if you understand this, but a lot of the Tommies I talk about are living in their own little caves, and they're not allowed to, stick their head up, look around, see what's going on. It takes them a while to adjust. So you've got to do that for me to get those 1,000 points of light going. If you understand that, great. If you know a better way of explaining it to those among you, do that. Tell them, go see this man. He's here 24/7 until he starts uploading from some other place. The Immaculate Apartment, 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Whether or not I go out to get some food across the street or anything else, yeah, I'm always here sleeping at night, or not sleeping at night. Come see me at Whitwood Trap, showing the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house and tell and retail. You see something altered? I just watched it altered in the video I posted. I said quite clearly, they're altering the abilities of Instagram. And it was changed to GIMP, and it's a threat from those with high-tech toys on hand that broke that computer right there, that they're going to break my GIMP on that computer in there, not connected to the internet. Solve that problem, guys. Get 1,000 disciples to go out to 1,000 points of light worldwide. Take what we're doing, be a part of what they're doing here, there, vice versa. Give me those 1,000 disciples and 1,000 computers at the well, this one's not working. It's Chinese. Let's go on to the next one. They're altering Instagram here. Let's move on to that Malibu place and see if the Instagram's working there. It's very easy, and all of you out there on the streets in business know exactly how the Chinese streets works. Come, let's help that wall crumble even quicker. I know you're getting a lot of funny videos about stuff like that. They're putting the spotlight on the Great Chinese Wall of Evil never should have been. This will produce even more. Come tear down the Great Wall to be able to put yourself right here.